Alright guys, so my car, I got the kswap in. Got the K28 K-tuned. I bought the kit from K-tune. It comes with this. It's the center feed kit for the EK and EG swaps. It comes with the fuel rail, the fuel regulator, the gauge, and then the hoses that connect to your OEM solid lines back there. Comes in through here to the feed. This is the return on the bottom. Goes into the return side. The return side's to the driver's side, and the feed lines towards the passenger side. Comes in, goes through here underneath the intake manifold, and out through here. Have the K-tune wiring harness set up as well. There's the I think it was B and E connectors. They go they go through the firewall and into the passenger side footrest. Comes out, and you have these plugs right here. You have the VP sensor, which plugs in right here. This sensor right here, I think that's a VTEC solenoid that plugs in right here. The pressure switch goes down. Then you have the VTC valve switch that goes right there, and then the crank position sensor, which is on the bottom right here for the K-tune wire harness. Then it goes into your coil packs, and they're labeled one over here, 2, 3, 4, and your ground wire will sit right here on the side on top of this. The ground wire is already built inside the K-tune wire harness. It comes out to 3 plugs. Once the exhaust, it has it written on there. You can also identify it through the wires. The exhaust one has a red wire. Comes out into the H2O sensor, or that's basically the engine coolant temperature. Over here comes out, you have your rev, then you have your shift to pop it into reverse, and you have your speed indicator. Comes out into your map sensor, your EC engine coolant temperature. This right here is a stock K28 upper housing. I put this K-tune the K-tune neck on it with a K-tune ECT. Just screw it on there, and this one just plugs straight in. That's it. Comes out down around the intake manifold. Right now I have this just rigged up just to start the car. You have this what was this, the intake air control valve on the bottom. Everything matches up. You have the alternator, because this wire harness has the alternator wire built inside it. Right here is the alternator charge, and this right here is a wire that goes from the alternator to the starter. You can see right there, kind of hard, to the starter right there. And then there's also a simple connector to the starter. It's a pretty straightforward engine harness. Then I also have to show you guys. Take this off. You have the alternator wire that comes from the harness, K-tune built-in harness, over here on the forward side. On the aft side, you have just the battery for the positive. You plug it in there, and then this is the negative. You just screw it onto the chassis. That's basically it. Since I'm running K-Pro with my conversion harness, I did not need to run this. This is the secondary O2 sensor wire, and you must have a ground from the engine side and the transmission side. I don't have that one hooked up yet, but you can hook it up right here and onto the chassis itself. I have the K-tune, just the reservoir that screws into my OEM, the 98 Civic right here. and I have a line that runs behind the transmission into the clutch, and I can push a clutch in. I have the ACT clutch and stuff. I have the K-tuned exhaust headers. These are the cheap ones for now. Later on I might go turbo. These ones I only bought for $250, which was on the cheap side. Those are the cheapest headers you can probably get for a kswap car. But with the conversion harness, it runs to the chassis. I can make the wirings better. I just have to pull it inside here. It says it on the harness too. You can pull it out through here. But I just have this one running outside right here. I have this right here that comes from the conversion harness down below. And let me show you guys. And it's just going into the O2 sensor, and that's the primary O2 sensor. You need to run that if you have K-Pro. Let me see what else. Inside the car, it's still a mess. I have my K-Pro. I was diagnosing some problems. First startup, I thought that sometimes the main relay goes bad. Change out the main relay. If your car cranks but isn't getting power to the ECU, change out your main relay. Or it can be this fuse back here, the number 15 fuse. So that was my problem. Simple. Just pop it out, put a new 15 amp fuse inside, and you're good to go. Come around. I have my K-Pro right here. Let me just get this in. Yeah, I have my K-Pro right here. This is the engine harness right here, the thick one that comes out, and it plugs in right here. The engine harness is the two plugs that plug into themselves. I think it was the B and E plug again. Don't remember. They plug in right here, and then the swap harness plugs in right here, and then the engine harness to the swap harness plugs in right here. This is the OBD2 scanner that you can read it, and I don't have my fan switch hooked up yet or these wires, but I have the charge light that hooks up from the blue and white wire to the blue and white wire to the engine harness. That's it. That's the setup. Started the car up, car runs. I'll show you a video of me revving it and my first start.